Hi, hello, welcome to Jadhav Civil Academy. In this class, I am going to discuss about the relation between rate of loading, shear force and bending moment. To explain this, I will take a simply supported beam of span L which is subjected to a generalized loading condition. So that means it is undefined loading condition at now. Right? So what I will do here, I will take any section XX and section YY over this simply supported beam, and these two sections are some distance apart. That distance I will consider it as a dx. Now we will take this elemental portion of a beam separately here, and I will use some loading condition. Say this is a section XX and this is section YY. Now as here it is generalized condition of a loading. Now that loading I will consider it as a UDL of magnitude W Newton per meter. And the distance between these two sections are dx. Now, what I will do here, I will draw a free body diagram for this UDL or a span of dx distance of a elemental portion of beam. So again, I will draw here the elemental portion of a beam which is having section XX here and YY here, right? And these two are a dx distance apart. Now, here it is a UDL of W Newton per meter is acting. This UDL will be converted into point load here. So that point load will act W into dx at a distance of dx from either sections. So this is dx and this is dx by 2 and this is dx by 2 from the either section. And the magnitude of this point load is W into dx. Right. As we are considering section here, at this section we have a shear force as well as bending moment. So the shear force F is acting downward and we have a moment of M which is in clockwise. These two are, we are assuming that the shear force F is acting vertically downward and moment of M is clockwise movement. After some distance dx, this shear force will act opposite to the force which is acting at section YY. So this is a opposite direction shear force. The magnitude of the shear force is F plus dF. As it is, the distance is going to increase from 0 to dx, so your shear force also increases. Right? And similarly, the moment which is acting here, it is anti-clockwise. Because at section YY, the moment is clockwise, at the section XX, it would be anti-clockwise, and the magnitude of that moment is M plus dM. So this is the free body diagram of this elemental length of a beam which are taken from this generalized loading condition. To derive the relation between rate of loading, shear force and bending moment, we should apply static equilibrium equations. So what are those? Static equilibrium equations. So what are those equations? First equation is algebraic sum of horizontal force are equal to 0. Second equation is algebraic sum of vertical force are equal to 0. And third equation is algebraic sum of moment about any point or any section is equal to 0. So if you take this free body diagram of this elemental portion of a beam, there is no horizontal force are acting. So here we have only vertical forces and movement. We will make use of these two equations, that is algebraic sum of vertical force are equal to 0 and moment about any section equal to 0. Here we need to follow some sign convention, that is when we are doing algebraic sum of the vertical forces, all vertically upward forces are positive and all vertically downward forces are negative. And again, when we are taking the moments about any point, then all clockwise moments are positive and all anti-clockwise moments are negative. I am going to use this sign convention to calculate moment of a forces about any section. So let us use the first equation, that is algebraic sum of the vertical forces are equal to 0. So here how many vertical forces are acting? So there are this one vertical force and this is another vertical force and we have a vertical force here. There are three vertical forces are acting but their directions are different. Say here the force, shear force which is acting at section YY, it is acting vertically downward. So as per my sign convention, vertically downward forces are negative. So I will write minus F, right? Then another force which is acting at section XX, it is acting vertically upward. So that is vertically upward forces are positive for me. That is F plus dF. Right? Then I have another point load which is acting dx by 2 distance from the section xx and yy. So that is W into dx. It is acting vertically downward. As per my sign convention, vertically downward forces are negative for me. So this is equal to 0. Right? So here I will simplify this. Minus F plus df minus W into x equal to 0. So here minus F plus F get cancelled. I can write df is equal W into dx. From this W is equal df by dx. Right. So here W is rate of loading and this F is shear force. So this is say equation 1. From this equation 1, I can say that load intensity or rate of loading equal to rate of change of shear force. So I can write here the relation between the rate of loading and shear force is rate of loading or I can say load intensity is equals to rate of change of shear force. Right. Okay. So now we will discuss the movement. What is the relation between shear force and bending moment? To derive the relation between shear force and bending moment, we will make use of equation, that is algebraic sum of the moment about any section is equal to 0. Here clockwise moments are positive and anti-clockwise moments are negative. So what I will do here, I will take a moment of all the forces about this section XX. So I will write MXX. Right? I will take moment of all the forces about this section. So how many forces are acting here? F, and we have a moment at M at section YY. So moment nothing but force into perpendicular distance. So what is the moment of this shear force about this section XX? Is F multiplied by dx. I will write F into dx and it will give me the clockwise moment. As per my sign convention, clockwise moments are positive for me. So in addition to this, I have a movement here. What is that movement? Again is a clockwise movement, so it is positive. Right? Then I have another force, the point load which is acting middle of the portion of dx, that is W into dx. The force is W into dx. What is the perpendicular distance from this section to this point? That is dx by 2. Right? And it will give me the clockwise movement. So clockwise movements are positive for me. So then I have a force F plus df, but this force is acting on the section xx. So there is no perpendicular distance available to this force. So the moment of this force is 0. And we have the moment, anti-clockwise movement at section xx, that is m plus dm. So I will write m plus dm. So as per my sign convention, anti-clockwise movements are negative. So the algebraic sum of the moments about any section equal to 0. So let us simplify this equation. I will get like this: F into dx plus m plus W into dx squared by 2 minus m minus dm is equal to 0. So if you see, this minus m and this m is cancelled. And Here, if you observe the term dx itself a very small quantity, then dx square will become a negligible quantity. I can say it is 0. Right? So finally, the equations are, the terms are left with us is f into dx minus dm is equal to 0. So if you simplify this, we'll get f into dx equal to dm. From this, f equal to dm by dx. So this is the relation between shear force and bending moment. So what we can write from this? Here, shear force is equals to rate of change of bending moment. Right? So these are the relation between rate of loading and shear force and bending moment. Thank you.